Hi and welcome back. We were studying the chapter Lost Spring written by Anis Jung, and I have sent you the first part of the chapter. Just a quick recap of what we have studied in the previous video. It's a story about street urchins or street children who do not have the opportunity and the facility to go to school and study. And there's a little boy by the name of Sahib, whom the writer is talking to, and she happens to ask that boy that why doesn't he go to school, and he says because there is no school in his area. And jokingly she says that whenever I have a school, please, I will take you in that school. And she's afterwards she realizes that the writer is giving false hope to that little boy. But once she starts staying in that locality, she gets friendly with more of the street children, and she notices also that there are these children don't even wear chappals, and they are going into the garbage and the dirt to find something valuable which they may sell later on and earn some money. And she asks them again, why don't you wear chappals? And they have a variety of answers. Some say they don't have, some say their mothers have kept their chappals safe and sound. Sometimes some say that they like to wear shoes and that's why they are not wearing chappals. So, but she realizes that the life of these children is very difficult, and these are like basic things that these poor people or poor children cannot afford. So that's the sad part of it. So we continue the story now. I remember a story a man from Udupi once told me. As a young boy, he would go to school past an old temple where his father was a priest. He would stop briefly at the temple and pray for a pair of shoes. 30 years later, I visited his town and the temple, which was now drowned in an air of desolation. In the backyard, where lived the new priest, there were red and white plastic chairs. A young boy dressed in a grey uniform, wearing socks and shoes, arrived panting and threw his school bag on a folding bed. Looking at that boy, I remembered the prayer another boy had made to the goddess when he had finally got a pair of shoes. Let me never lose them. The goddess had granted his prayer. Young boys like the son of the priest now wore shoes, but many others, like the rag pickers in my neighborhood, remained shoeless. Okay, so while the writer was discussing the reason why those children or the rag pickers जो कबाड़ उठाते हैं उनको इंग्लिश में रैग पिकर्स कहते हैं, जब वो उनसे बात कर रही थी और ये जानने की कोशिश कर रही है कि उनके पास चप्पल जूता क्यों नहीं है, so she is reminded of a story. She was once in a place called Udupi, and there was a temple over there, and every day a child used to come there and pray to the Devi Ma in the temple that God, please give me a pair of shoes and I promise you that I will never ever lose them. And वो बहुत पहले बहुत पुरानी बात थी जो वो सोचती है. And again lately she had gone back to the village and gone back to Udupi and seen that temple. So वो temple अब बहुत खाली रहता है, बहुत कम लोग आते हैं वहाँ पे. लेकिन वहाँ पे जो प्रीस्ट का बेटा था उसने शूज़ सॉक्स पहने थे, वो स्कूल जाता था. So she says that times have changed. There was a time when the son of the priest also did not have money to buy shoes, and they also did not wear shoes. But now at least they are wearing shoes. But the condition of these rag pickers, or the condition of these poor people in our society, or the condition of these children in our society remains the same, because still they do not have the basic thing with them. They don't have chappals, or they don't have shoes to wear, and therefore they want to just roam about barefoot, whether it hurts them or it doesn't hurt them. They have become solid, they have become immune to the difficulties of life. My acquaintance with the barefoot rag pickers leads me to Simapuri, a place on the periphery of Delhi, yet miles away from it. Metaphorically, those who live in here are squatters who came from Bangladesh back in 1971. Sahib's family is among them. Simapuri was then a wilderness. It still is, but it is no longer empty. In structures of mud, with roofs of tin and trampoline devoid of sewage, drainage, or running water, live 10,000 rag pickers. They have lived here for more than 30 years without an identity, without permits, but with ration cards that get their names on voters' lists and enable them to buy grain. Food is more important for survival than an identity. If, at the end of the day, we can feed our families and go to bed without an aching stomach, we would rather live here than in the fields that gave us no grain. Say a group of women in tattered saris when I asked them why they left their beautiful land of green fields and rivers. Right? So now this writer is trying to spend time with these poor people who live in such areas, जैसे जो झोपड़पट्टी में रहते हैं, उनके साथ राइटर समय बिता के जानने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि कहाँ से आए हैं, किस ज़िंदगी में रहते थे, कैसी ज़िंदगी में अब रहते हैं, क्या कंडीशंस में रहते हैं, क्या मुश्किलों में रह रहे हैं. एंड शी उसको पता चलता है कि they live in Simapuri, which is very close to Delhi, at the outskirts of Delhi. It's absolutely area where these refugees from Bangladesh came in 1971, और तब से वो लोग वहीं पे रह रहे हैं इतने सालों से. और वहीं पे नाला है, ड्रेनेज है, सीवेज है, और जो रहने की कंडीशंस हैं वो डिप्लोरेबल हैं. They are not hygienic, it's not clean over there, but still they are living in those areas because they say that we have come from a place where we have land but we do not have grains. वहाँ पे हम इतना बाढ़ आता है, इतना आंधी तूफान आता है कि सब कुछ ख़राब हो जाता है, सब बह जाता है. तो ऐसी जगह में रहने से तो अच्छा है कि हम ऐसी जगह पे रहें जहाँ पे हम कोई भी 2 वक्त का काम करके 1 वक्त का खाना खा सकते हैं. So the writer is surprised that in that area of Simapuri there are 10,000 rag pickers staying. That means it's populated with quite many people, and their children are rag pickers. They do this work to earn a living for themselves. And there have been times when they have slept without eating food, with their stomachs aching and paining with hunger. But now sometimes they get enough to have a meal for once in the day. एक बार खाने के लिए वो कुछ पैसा कमा पाते हैं और उसी से वो satisfied हैं, उसी से वो खुश हैं. Wherever they find food, they pitch their tents that become transit homes. Children grow in them, becoming partners in survival. And survival in Simapuri means rag picking. Through the years, it has acquired the proportions of a fine art. Garbage to them is gold. It is their daily bread, a roof over their heads, even if it is a leaking roof. But for a child, it is even more, right? So, if you remember, they in the first line of the chapter they say Sahib was looking for gold. तो उनको सोना चांदी नहीं मिलेगा उस कबाड़ में. Who will throw that? But he might find something that he might sell and earn 2 rupees or 3 rupees or 5 rupees, which will bring food for them that particular day. So he says that it is the survival of the fittest, and rag picking is one of the measures how they are surviving. यानी कि कबाड़ इकट्ठा करना या उठाना या कचरा बटोरना ही एक ज़रिया है जिसकी वजह से वो ज़िंदा है. So that is one very sad and difficult thing, but that's the only way that they can survive in that area called Simapuri. And he says that at least the people over there get their daily bread and they have a roof, though the conditions where they are staying, the झोपड़पट्टी they are staying, this घर में वो रहते हैं, उसकी छतें चूती हैं, पानी बहता रहता है बारिश के दिनों में, फिर भी उस घर में वो रहने को तैयार है, उन कंडीशंस में वो लोग रहने को तैयार हैं. And we as people like you and me who have everything, we have a good house to stay in, we have good clothes to wear, we have good shoes to wear, not one pair, hundreds of pairs of shoes, and lovely food to eat every day, and sometimes we take all these things for granted. We are not thankful about them. और इन जो लाइफ की जो रियलिटी होती है जिसके लिए आप सच में भगवान का शुक्रिया कर सकते हैं, वो इन लोगों से सीखना है, क्योंकि इन लोगों के पास ये चीज़ें नहीं हैं, पर फिर भी ये लोग उतने जितना भी इनके पास है उसमें ये लोग खुश रहते हैं. I sometimes find a rupee, even a 10 rupee note, Sahib says, his eyes lightening up. When you can find a silver coin in a heap of garbage, you don't stop scrounging, but there is a hope of finding more. It seems that for children, garbage has a meaning different from what it means to their parents. For the children, it is wrapped in wonder. For the elders, it is a means of survival. A beautiful, beautiful description, very ironic at the same time. साहेब उस राइटर को बोलता है कभी कभी 1 रुपया 2 रुपया मिल जाता है, कभी कभी 10 रुपये का नोट भी मिल जाता है, और जब वो ये बात बता रहा है उसकी आंखें चमकने लगती हैं खुशी के मारे कि टुडे इज़ a good day for them, and there is hope that if that child has found a 10 rupee note in the garbage, maybe there is hope that he might find something more precious, something more valuable. And it seems that this garbage is life for the children, but at the same time this garbage has different meanings for the children and for their parents. For the children it is something, it's something wrapped up in wonder. Every day they have a surprising gift in them, right? जैसे कि हम लोग त्यौहार आता है, हमको गिफ्ट मिलता है, बर्थडेज पे गिफ्ट मिलते हैं और हम लोग एक्साइटेड रहते हैं उस गिफ्ट को खोलने के लिए कि कुछ मिलेगा, कुछ अच्छा होगा. सिमिलरली ये बच्चे जो हैं जब उस दिन शुरू करते हैं, सो दे आर एक्साइटेड कि आज उस कूड़ कबाड़ में, उस कचरे में उनको शायद कुछ ऐसा चीज़ मिल जाएगा जो उनका दिन बना दे. बट फॉर देयर पेरेंट्स it is a matter of survival. If their children will not do that, there will be no hope, there will be no food in that house, there will be no water in that house, maybe they will stay hungry that day. So that's the cruelty and reality of life. So just read it till here, read the chapter till here. soon we'll be having an online live session. I'll send you the link and the day. Please keep all your doubts ready, and it will be a class-wise, section-wise meeting, and whatever doubts you have, whatever you want to clarify, please make sure you are ready with it. Okay, so please see the videos, please read the chapters, that is a must, and make sure that you complete your notes and be ready with the copies for correction. So till then, take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye-bye.